Miles Elementary School in New Hartford. And I'm telling you, we have probably 7 or 8 bags, big bags, filled, and great toys. That's the whole thing.
I mean, look at this.
Look at the stuff these kids did. And
these
they were
teachers
so,
are working without a contract.
That is a point, Andrew. Thank you. That is I got to tell you, these kids were so excited about me coming there yesterday to pick up these toys. And it was about them giving to kids that they felt really are in need. And I just think that is really cool. And I read to them yesterday. So I read the Grinch That Stole Christmas, and I had many questions during the reading. And you know, I'm sitting there, and there's a little girl. She's like, because now we're at the point where the Grinch is saying, maybe Christmas means so much more. And all of a sudden, it's like, it means about the gift that you give. And then another child is like, it's not the gift that you give. Christmas is about Jesus. And it just goes on, and they're just nice little kids. And the fact that this school put all of these toys together and some unbelievably quality toys, and how excited they were to load them in the car because they knew they were going to be under the tree for kids that are less fortunate. I just think that is a great example that we should take away and think about, because it's the innocence of children that we should not. It allows you to. It's probably coming from parents who've taught them to be that way, which is a great testament to the parents. But at the same time, it's their innocence that you got to treasure, because it doesn't last forever.
Just right? Quickly, I want to say, looking around, these are really good toys.
These are good toys.
I see Jeff eyeing that.
Look at the
giant
look at
football.
Get out of here.
Giant
I was going to put a knife in it. That's why.
The workbench. Look at the workbench.
No, I know. There's a lot of really.
Yeah, they put the Giants football there for you, Jeff, just to see it.
Rub my nose in it, thanks.
We were going to hold the door with it.
Sheriff Rob Maciol, Sheriff, I'm sure you see this as well. Every year when we do this toy drive, and it's schools, it's people, it's how excited people are to know that they're putting money and effort and time into helping out families that are less fortunate. It's pretty cool.
Exactly. I mean, we're actually doing another detail today out in Rome, donating some toys that we were able to do. So again, just to see, I don't know if you saw our story yesterday, but the 4th grade class at Hughes Elementary in New Hartford, they collected a ton of small blankets, and some were altered. They fancied them up a little bit, and some were actually homemade. Those kids donated those blankets to us for our Child Advocacy Center. Our investigators from the Child Advocacy Center went over to Hughes Elementary and met with the 4th graders.
Wow.
And these kids donated these blankets to us, and they want them to go to the victims that we deal with, the children who are victims of sexual abuse. Just for a little comforting thing, something they can hold on to when they're being interviewed, or when they're meeting with the counselors or investigators. But the smiles on these kids' faces, knowing that something as simple as a little blanket that is going to make a huge difference in some child's life who's been through a tragic thing.
Well, it is something, it just makes you, when you're watching these kids, Sheriff, and I'm sure you feel the exact same way about what you saw yesterday. It does bring a little bit of a tear to your eye when you see these kids so helpful and so caring,
Absolutely.
And not thinking about themselves here at all.
Yep. Exactly. I spoke last Saturday at an event where I was blessed to be asked just to help Santa hand out some toys to children with cancer. And again, talk about being choked up. I mean, I usually can't shut me up, but I was at a loss for words just to see the smiles on these kids' faces, and they're the ones who are suffering. It's like, oh my God, they're just it's like I said, it's a beautiful time of year. I certainly, for the most part, I love this. It's my favorite time.
Well, there's one last lesson I'll throw out there, and that is, while we're all sitting there worrying about our own woes. By the way, I'm fuming over this eBay thing that happened to me. You have your own woes and your own problems and all the stuff that's like, man, nothing's going right. Well, imagine how good we really, really have it. That's the thing that you can take away from this season.
Without a doubt.
And here we are talking about a horrible story. What do we know on this? The death of a baby that is currently being investigated.
Well, there isn't a whole lot I can say. The one thing I just want to make sure everyone that no one jumps to conclusions here, because again, I just looking at some comments out there publicly on our press releases, because we have to we notify the public of everything we're doing. But people are making comments in a couple different directions. So, for various reasons, I don't have a lot to say. I mean, other than this past Saturday, shortly after 8 o'clock, we were called to Pine Haven Circle. It's in the outer district of Rome, which the sheriff's office covers. And we received a report that there was an injured 1-month-old male baby. Again, deputies arrived alongside with EMS. The child subsequently was transported to Rome Memorial Hospital right at that time. Due to the injuries to the child was then transported to upstate in Syracuse on Saturday evening. And unfortunately, sadly, yesterday, as a result of the injuries, the child has passed away. And again, the initial reports that we got over the weekend was that the person who was caring for the child fell while holding the child. And again, we're at the stage where, obviously we're working side by side with the Onondaga County Medical Examiner's Office. They'll be conducting an autopsy here soon. And along with our investigation, as soon as we can, we'll release more details and a conclusion at, hopefully in the near future. Just a very, very sad case, and couldn't come at a worse time of the year than right now.
And at this point, I know you can't say much, but you feel that this is being investigated as an accident?
That was the initial report, and again, we're going through our investigation, and we put that in our information that we released to the public because that's how the call came in.
Yeah.
And again, I can't get into any further details.
Got it. Understood.
Okay.
Yeah. And when these things happen, there's no good time for this to happen. But when it happens during the holidays, it just intensifies everything. It seems, but
exactly.
But there really is no good time.
No, it's a very sad case. And again. I've seen so many cases in my 30 years, plus your parental instincts kick in too, and these things just break your heart when something happens, and it's certainly, when a child passes away, it's just a tragedy. And like I said, we'll do our best to conclude this investigation as quick as possible, and then we'll go from there.
All right. And we want to thank you for the toys that you brought in to our drive as well, and we will see you here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm bringing someone with me because I'm not going to sing, but the guy that's coming is going to sing. You don't want me singing. I'll ruin your day. Wow.
Well, we were thinking about a little Christmas on the Farm preview from you.
Oh,
so.
we could get that. Yeah, yeah.
We could try that yesterday. I had an interesting day yesterday, that's for sure. Loading up some hogs and wrestling with a 285-pound hog is quite a way to start off your day.
In this corner, Sheriff Rob Maciol.
If you can get me the video of that, I'll put music to it. I think it'd just be no.
Well, being that next year's my re-election year, I won't be
All right, Sheriff. Thank you so much. We will see you. We will see you tomorrow. All right.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yep. Bye-bye.
I don't know.
Goats and chickens and hogs and hay.
Yeah.
You name